Crafties, it's Tree. I hope you're having a good and crafty day. I'm here with a Kokorosa Studio tutorial. I am using the umbrella or flowers in umbrella die set. Now they show the umbrella this way and they have the flowers inside, nested inside, sorry for the glare, but this is the die set I'm working with and I really love it. I'm going to take it out of the way because of the glare and I need workspace. So this is the card that we're going to be making, and I don't know if you can see, but there are seed beads along this monofilament here. So I think they call it a bead shaker, no, a rain shaker. So I love it. I know that there are lots of tutorials out there for this. I did not follow a tutorial. I highly suggest that if you're going to make one, you follow a tutorial. Doesn't have to be mine. I'm just saying. I am going to take you step by step how to make this card. So what I have here are basic supplies that you're going to need, and then the things that you're going to need for this card. You are definitely going to need a trimmer, a paper trimmer, scissors, adhesive of your choice, a scoreboard and tool, die cutting machine, a pencil, and probably an eraser if you need it, and reverse tweezers. For this card, I'm going to go with the Kokorosa Studio flower in the umbrella die set. I'm using Cougar 110-pound cardstock. It is 297 G/M squared. And then a decorative matte layer, and I think there's only supposed to be, I don't think it's matte like dull. I think it's M-A-T, matte. Anyway, decoration to hide the foam tape at the top. That is going to be this part right here. And, ooh, Monofilament Line, foam tape, Glossy Accents, and Scallop scissors. So that's all the supplies I used. Now I went ahead and did some things ahead of time. It is a tutorial. This is going to take a little bit of time. If you need to, put me on double speed by going up into your settings. What I did was I took the umbrella die and I cut the whole thing out of the matte gold from Recollections. I've got the whole thing, which is different than how I did my card. And then I was using Maggie Holmes Parasol. I believe this is Parasol. It could be Market Square. I will double check. And I just cut out the top of the umbrella. So with your scissors, you're just going to snip off that little umbrella tip there, as well as any part of the handle, or I guess maybe it's called a cane because it used to be made out of cane. Okay, and before you go any further, because there are these decorative pieces here, I'm going to take this blue paper and put it behind. So all you're going to do is take your pencil, and I figure out which side is what I want to be my back and which side I want to be my front. And it doesn't have to be exact because this is going to be underneath. So I'm just going to trace. Ooh, be careful. That one is a very thin line, so it benches. Oh, tracing. Tracing while being that far away is a little difficult for me. Okay, so then we're going to cut this out, and I'm going to put you on pause because you don't need to see me do that. Alright, so I went ahead and took the liberty of cutting inside the line and not all the way, so that it's going to show, but not always. Double check, because you can see here I'm a little bit Got a little bit peeking out up there, so I'm gonna give that another little haircut. And that will fit right there and show the blue nicely. So let me glue this down and I'll be right back. Okay, and I glued on this so that I would miss the cutout openings. So you want to get this down where you know that the lines are going to be peeking through, but it's not going to be, you know, gapping over there. And you can clearly see that I have, well, maybe you can't, I have glue down here, so I'm just going to smear it away. And then this one will go on top of this one exactly, and then we'll get the metal here and here. So let me glue that on and I'll be right back. And there it is, so pretty. Okay, we're going to leave the umbrella alone for a while and we're going to start working on the card. Now I have the Cougar 110 pound white cardstock. It is an 8.5 by 11 cardstock, cut in half at 5.5 and scored in the middle at 4 1/4. And that's where you're going to need your scoreboard and your scoring tool and maybe even a bone folder, depending on the tools you use. Okay, so what I have is 5 3/8 long ways and 4 1/8 over, because I don't like a lot of border on the end. All right, we have success. It's glued down. All right, so let me move this over. You're going to need some adhesive tape up there, but first you're going to need your piece that will go up there. And what did I do with mine? Let me find it. All right, it's up here. Now, it's here. So what I did was I measured how far down I wanted it to be, and I put tick marks on either side, and I put it in with my ruler and lined it up and did the line across. And then on this one, I did the scallops to go like that, like to mimic this, but now I think I want them to go the other direction to look more like a cloud. So I'm just putting my scissors, the tip part here, on that line and cutting across. Now I started it here, and then you can only do a couple scallops at a time. I found if you get all the way down to here, it's going to leave a funky edge. I discovered that ages ago. So I'm just going to do 1 or 2 scallops. But they don't have to be perfectly straight, but if they can be, that would be better. So there we go. And that fell to the floor, no worries, we're not going to need it. You could erase that, but no one's going to see it. And you know I'm fussy and I'm not going to erase it. So we're going to apply a thin strip of foam tape up along here, or actually up along here. So let's do that. Pick one that's pretty thin. Now I cut out the other night. So after I cut them, I don't always believe that they're as strong as they used to be. So I definitely add a little bit of glue here, and you do you. So I'm going to put this all the way up along the edge here. I don't have enough, so I have to reach in and grab another one. That's always fun, right? Piecing them together. So right here, I'm going to just add some glue. I wasn't prepared, but I'm going to grab my, what are these? Teflon coated scissors. Snip that off. And then peel my backing off. Sorry, I'm out of, there we go. Okay, so I forgot that we're gonna need some seed beads, and these I got from Hobby Lobby ages ago. They don't even sell this packaging anymore. And some Monofilament Line. I don't know if this is a good size or weight, but it's what I found in Walmart. And I went ahead and I strung some beads on here, and I'm just holding it in place here with a clamp because yeah, we don't want to chase these on the floor, right? Right. Okay, so I don't know how many we're gonna need. I don't know how many's on here, but that's what I got. All right, so here's the fun. We're like, let the fun begin. Yeah. All right. So you can do a couple things. You can use regular Scotch tape or something. I'm using a strip of cardstock. This is obviously too thick. I couldn't get it thinner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and thin this out. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to see this. What this is going to do is help glue down your monofilament, because it's not going to want to stick. It's plastic. All right, so I'm going to use Glossy Accents, and the other thing you need to do is figure out exactly where you want your umbrella. All right, I can see clearly that my umbrella cane is too long. I'm going to snip that down. There we go. So if we're looking at this one, I have the umbrella. Where is it? I need a bigger workspace. I won't ever have one because I won't. All right, so I want my umbrella about there, and my cane will just need to be trimmed down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my pencil again, and I'm going to reach under and put some marks here. Under. And I'm going to put some down here. All right, so I can see that, and I know where everything's gonna go. So I'm going to need to put some foam under here as well. So let me get that glued down and I will be right back. Okay, so we're going to get rid of some of this glare here, but still look at that. All right, so I put that down here. I also put this here and made little tick marks to say that's how far down I want to go. This is telling me how far down that is going. And I'm going to release the paper. Seriously, I am. All right, so now we're going to grab the monofilament line. Put a little bit right there. And I'm gonna place that right there. I should have cut these into strips already, but I didn't. So you want just a little strip there, and that's going to help hold that down. You want your monofilament line to be really tight and secure. So now you're going to just feed. You can see this side here is not very long. And so you want to feed in some of these beads, just a few. And you hope and pray that you have enough on there. Okay, so I can clearly see that that's going to be above my cloud line. So I can pull that, hold it down, And we're going to need some Glossy Accents down here. Along with another piece of paper. Get it nice and snug. Seriously snug. This paper is not going to be seen. And one of the beauties about Glossy Accents is it will dry very quickly. So we've got enough gap down here. So I'm just going to bring I need some beads. Okay, want them over the foam. And we're going to put some Glossy Accents down here. And I seriously need to just cut some of those. Just don't get the beads in the Glossy Accents. Okay, I know what that was. I was like, did it just release? No, it didn't. Okay. And then we're going to come up here, and you get the idea, right? I'm going to do a few of these. They don't have to be straight up and down. You can angle them to get them going faster and have less. But I'm going to pause here, and I'll be back with this done. Okay, now that I have Glossy Accents all over my fingers and fingernails, oh my gosh, this is done. I know it does take a little bit of work, but it is so fun and so worth it. So we're going to add some tape across here, or some adhesive, and then we're going to add this across the top, because you need lift for those beads to move. So you know, I'm going to stick with Glossy Accents because I have it. I still have this because I got one more I'm going to do here. So, it clogged while I was talking to you. I literally just put this down. It's not clogged. All right, we'll get there. Not a lot because the foam tape is non-porous, so we don't want to have it oozing out all over the place. Definitely shove all those beads down to the bottom so you don't get them into the mess here. Have adhesive. And again, we're going to need another extra strip. And this one I'm going to go ahead and peel up. I'm going to lift this up here. I'll peel that backer off. All right, I'm going to cap this before it glues shut. And for this one, we're just going to add this strip that it's going to hide under. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of glue here. Now, I did not use 110-pound cardstock. I'm wondering if I should have. I'll be back. All right, I decided against it. So I'm just going to use the one that I have, and it's going to go right on the edge here. Just line it up so it doesn't show any of the stuff underneath it. Ah! Another light. Oh dear. All right, what did I do with my umbrella? All right, it's way over here. All right, so our umbrella is gonna live about here, and we have to get that cane back on. So I have several of these just by putting the die in to paper right about there. I think that this one I used 6, I think, but then I ended up peeling some off because it was way too thick. So hold on. All right, so what I did was I went ahead and put my umbrella about where I wanted it, and then I figured out where I wanted the handle, and I put a little tick mark there. So I don't want to go any higher, any higher than that little tick mark. So I'm just going to do the tedious task of adding glue to the cane here. And layering it up with these other ones, which I should have cut off before I started going. Remember to do that. All right, so let me take care of that and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I've got that done and I hope that that's enough. Now we need to put some glue across this. As well as another strip of foam tape. This one won't need to be quite as long. Watch it be too short. It is. Oh my gosh. Did you just see me measure? No worries, I got a little tiny one right here. It's just a matter of whether it's going to actually stick or not. Add a little more glue right over there. One thing I did not do was to shove those beads down that way so they wouldn't get stuck to any adhesive. Remember, I just figured this out. I am not a pro. All right, there's that. Okay. Now, the cane is going to go, so I cut it down because it's gonna have to be over that foam. And it looks like I could use some more foam, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is put this where I want it. And wait. One thing I'm noticing is you want to line it up here at that center, this mark. So when we put this down, we don't want our cane to look funky. All right, so I am going to actually put glue on here. Figure out where I want this. Line it up. I know this is tedious, but you don't have to be as tedious as me. And I'm gonna okay, put the line there of glue. Don't do it that way. Figure out a better way. All right, there we go. All right, so we need some more glue on, whoops, on here. Oh, wait. We're going to need to be able to put some little bits and pieces of foam tape in between these layers. So you're going to need, I'm doubling it up, putting some glue on the back. And strategically placing it between the monofilament. So literally, if you take your foam tape and fold it over on itself, that'll work. And then like right about here, here, somewhere around here. I'm just going to put glue down, and then I'll put it where I want it. Let's get these. See another bead right here. Then we can just place those on top of there. Oh look, I didn't put one anywhere here. All right, we need another strip. And I will pause. Okay, so now I'm just going to add glue to the handle or cane part of the umbrella here. And I'm going to put this where I remembered I wanted it. Press it down. You can see it's hanging over the edge. That's okay. We'll cut that off. And then you're wondering, why does she still have this? Well, if you see here, I put a bunch of flowers there, and that hid my my rain over here. So need to make sure that all the rain goes up and in there. Well, we've got some that are not. So, well, what do you do? Okay, so I'm gonna get some foam. And I'm just gonna place it down in this corner here, so that that's where my flower is going to be. Right about there. And I have some flower elements. Let me clean up my space. Okay, so I'm just going to use my papers here and make a flower cluster, and I will be right back. All right, I was like, okay, why did I not cut a color variation? I did. So they're just, I cut them at the same time and I have to peel the layer. Silly me. I'll be back. All right, cluster done. So we need to take this last bit of filament. And oh my gosh, I squished. No, okay. Okay, so now we need some glossy accents on this foam tape. And grab this monofilament. Ah! That's what I get for cutting it off too soon, right? All right, and then do that. No worries, it's too long. I will cut it off. We don't need that showing. And this monofilament, I'll cut that off too, but for now it's going to stay because I want to make sure that's tight. And then here's my flower cluster. So we'll put some more glue on that and pop that in the corner. And then we'll get a gem or something and put it in the center. Maybe some stickles. And card is done. I went ahead and cut some clouds. I've lost half of them, or more than half of them, because I only have one left. And I was thinking about putting them up here to make it look like a cloud, but I'm still debating, so I'm not going to do it on camera. And that is it, guys. And this can be used, it doesn't have to be used with an umbrella. It can be used for any kind of card that you want to make into a rain shaker. You just need somewhere at the top and at the bottom. So it might be easier to just have a strip across the top and a strip across the bottom and not have to worry about fitting it in between something. But you know, I'm Tree. I like to complicate things and make my life a little difficult. But I love it, and I love how it turned out. And yeah, I want to cut this off just right there. So there it is. I hope you like it. Please like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and I will catch you in my next video. And until then, God bless you and yours. Bye for now.